Hey guys, we're doing a vlog today and we want you to participate. So we're not going to ask you a question, we'll just kind of do a discussion between me and Bert.
Yeah.
And this is going to be Black Lives Matter. This is based on what happened in Texas, right, with the police shooting?
Well, I guess if you think about it, it's all the shootings that have been kind of going on recently with basically from perspective of white cop kills black individual, and I think majority of the killings are white cop kills black civilian, and which has led to a lot of protests, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration against law enforcement, and has sparked the movement of Black Lives Matter. And our question to you guys is, do black lives really matter? Now, that might come off as might be racist, but I think for me,
You mean all black lives, right?
No, I think for me it's important to encourage people to say and to know and to understand that by calling it Black Lives Matter, I think that makes it a little prejudiced.
That does sound racist.
Yeah, for me, I think it's important.
Who coined that?
Black individual African Americans citizens coined that. I think certain civil rights activists and African American supporters coined that phrase, and for me, I think it's more important to say you don't say Black Lives Matter, because yes, black lives do matter, but so do white lives, so do any type of a person. So you should be
yellow.
Yeah, whatever color you are, purple people eater or green or yellow, purple or pink, all lives matter. And I think that's what we should be encouraging people to think about. Not because by saying Black Lives Matter, it almost makes it a race issue, I think, in my mind. Instead, we should be unifying the people to say all lives matter. What can we do as individuals to better strengthen not only ourselves, but law enforcement and the socioeconomic status, as well as what happens when a cop pulls you over, and what kind of respect do you treat an officer of the law or somebody in blue. Should you always treat them with respect? Should you give them back talk? Should you, do stuff without thinking? I mean, some of these killings have kind of been sparked based on certain actions, and some have been downright, unlawful by the police enforcement. So I don't know. I encourage you guys to write in and talk to us about what you think. You think it should be Black Lives Matter? It should be all lives matter? We shouldn't even be having this discussion at all. The African Americans are in the wrong. The law enforcement is in the wrong. Is this a race thing? Is it black versus white? Is it good versus bad? Is it the lawful versus the unlawful? I mean, this discussion can go on every which way. But I think when you have something like Dallas, and you have something where
Orlando too, right?
Yeah, I mean any sort of terrorist attack or any attack on American soil, I think Dallas was the biggest attack on law enforcement since 9/11, and then Orlando was the biggest mass shooting ever, I think, or since maybe 9/11 as well, or not mass shooting, but biggest loss of lives on in American soil, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when you have those things that are you're faced with, I think that's not the right way to. I mean, you look at Martin Luther King, you look at Gandhi. What were they big components of? Stepping up for what they believe in, not acting towards violence, not resulting towards that. Tom can't even keep a straight face.
No, it sounded like you said components. You meant opponents, so maybe you did say opponents.
No, what were their components of their kind of belief system?
Oh, yeah.
And it was to not use violence, to stand up what you believe in.
Yeah.
You fight for something, but don't actually fight for it. So that's just my two thoughts. I don't know what Tom has to say, but okay, so John.
Hey guys, so now this is the first time I've heard about it. I've been on the road and I haven't watched a lot of TV. All I'm watching is Netflix, so I'm not even aware. I'm aware of Orlando and aware of Texas, but not just the gist of it, not the logistics of it. So Black Lives Matter. That's the first time I heard it when Bert said it earlier today, when he said, hey, let's do a vlog on it. So I'm just going to tell you my first thought is someone coined that phrase to bring attention to the loss of life of specifically African Americans. And Now, statistically, there's no opinion in what I'm about to say. Statistically, there's more African Americans in our penal system. There are more African Americans dying on the streets from shootings. And so I could see within the African American community them speaking to each other about Black Lives Matter, because there are a lot more African Americans dying in America than white people. I mean, that's just research. That's just the statistics. So if you're coining that phrase and you're using that as a platform within the African American community, that's fine. But when you're reaching out to the white community, then I think that goes a little overboard. And also, I'm looking at statistics. When a black man dies in America, it's another black man killing him.
Yeah. A lot of times they don't talk about that too.
They don't talk about that. You don't hear about a black man killing a black man on the news.
The white man kills the black man, which, you know, it's unlawful to kill anybody.
And I understand that that's newsworthy. You know, you got to keep that in perspective. That what is newsworthy, and you also got to keep in perspective how many news channels are there. There's affiliates, but there's 3 or 4 major networks, and they're controlled by somebody. They're controlled by somebody with some money and influence, and like CNN is a liberal based, and then Fox would be conservative based.
Right.
But there's some other ones too, and so you got to know, well, what
BBC, I think, and Al Jazeera are kind of.
So yeah, when I hear a news agency, I'm like, all right, how are they benefiting by telling this story, and how are they wanting to play this story to keep us watching, and how much truth is in it? You know, I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm just saying, is it pure truth? Are we reporting all? Let me ask you something, just real quick, and I don't want to ramble. If at a lemonade stand, you've got an Indian, Native American selling lemonade, you got an Asian man selling lemonade, a black and a white, all individually selling lemonade. What's going to be newsworthy? More newsworthy if someone comes up and robs a lemonade stand. If a white man robs a white man, or if one ethnic group robs another ethnic group, and then the whole country gets involved with the tensions of, oh yeah, I do work by this guy. I wonder if it's about races, why we can't get along at our job, or we start skewing the American public on. I think we don't get along because we lack sometimes interpersonal skills. We have egos. I don't think it's because of our skin color is the reason we can't get along. I think it's more about egos and self-interest. And the news portrays it as it could be about race. And the statistics say white people don't kill black people as much as black people kill black people. Or even white people kill white people. Most white people are killed by white people.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's really all I got to say. I don't know how that sounds, but I'll just stick with that story. I'm sticking with it.
Probably racist. I'm just kidding. I have something to add, but I'll wait for you to stop.
No, I'm done.
That's cool. It's a tattoo and a train.
We could get a tattoo. Guys, if you don't know, me and Bert don't have tutus. We're waiting until our 30s to get tattoos. But you're 30 now, right?
Almost. I got one. This is my last day of my 20s, man. I'm spending it with you.
Oh, tomorrow's your birthday?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, man. You got anything else to say? Because this is running at 8 minutes. You got about 2 minutes.
Case head your way.
To make it about 10 minutes.
Hey, guys, write in. And if you're not already subscribed. And let us know. Write in. We'd love to hear from you.
And this is our first vlog where we give our opinion. Usually we like to keep the floor open. Guys, don't let us skew you. Our opinion is just our opinion. We may need to be educated. We may be in the wrong. I mean, I'm certainly...
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm not a daily news watcher, so I kind of pick and choose my news just depending on what's available. So I might not know the whole story, and I'm sure there's always 2 sides to every story.
Right.
So that's why we want you to write in.
All right, guys. Thanks, guys. And we'll wait to hear from you.